Eternal life. Where is it? When is it? For a long time, I have thought about eternal life as a life after all my birthdays have run out. For most of my years, I have spoken about the eternal life as the afterlife, as life after death. But the older I become, the less interest my afterlife holds for me. Worrying not only about tomorrow, next year, and the next decade, but even about the next life seems a false preoccupation. Wondering how things will be for me after I die seems, for the most part, a distraction. When my clear goal is the eternal life, that life must be reachable right now, where I am, because eternal life is life in and with God, and God is where I am here and now. The great mystery of the spiritual life, the life in God, is that we don't have to wait for it as something that will happen later. Jesus says, "Dwell in me as I dwell in you." It is this divine indwelling that is eternal life. It is the active presence of God at the center of my living, the movement of God's Spirit within us, that gives us the eternal life. But still, what about life after death? When we live in communion with God, when we belong to God's own household, there is no longer any before or after. Death is no longer the dividing line. Death has lost its power over those who belong to God, because God is the God of the living, not of the dead. Once we have tasted the joy and peace that come from being embraced by God's love, we know that all is well and will be well. Don't be afraid, Jesus says. I have overcome the power of death. Come and dwell with me and know that where I am your God is. When eternal life is our clear goal, it is not a distant goal. It is a goal that can be reached in the present moment. When our heart understands this divine truth, we are living the spiritual life. Do we have a clear goal in life? Do we have a clear goal for the eternal life? The athletes whose clear goal is the attainment of the Olympic gold are willing to let everything else become secondary. The way they eat, sleep, study, and train are all determined by that one clear goal. This is as true in the spiritual life as it is in the life of competitive sports. Without a clear goal, we will always be distracted and spend our energy on secondary things. Keep your eye on the prize, Martin Luther King said to his people. What is our prize? Is it the divine life, the eternal life, the life with and in God? Jesus proclaimed to us that goal, that heavenly prize. To Nicodemus he said, "This is how God loved the world. He gave his Son so that everyone who believes in him may not perish, but may have eternal life." It is not easy to keep our eyes fixed on the eternal life, especially not in a world that keeps telling us that there are more immediate and urgent things on which to focus. There is scarcely a day that does not pull our attention away from our goal and make it look vague and cloudy. But still, we know from experience that without a clear goal, our lives become fragmented into many tasks and obligations that drain us and leave us with a feeling of exhaustion and uselessness. How then do we keep our goal clear? How then do we fix our eyes on the prize? By the discipline of prayer, the discipline that helps us to bring God back again and again to the center of our life. We will always remain distracted, constantly busy with many urgent demands, but when there is a time and place set apart of return to our God who offers us eternal life, we gradually can come to realize that the many things we have to do, to say, or to think no longer distract us but are, instead, all leading us closer to our goal. Important, however, is that our goal remains clear. Prayer keeps our goal clear, and when our goal become vague, prayer makes it clear again.